Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Yo, what's up? How's it going?
Good day, bro. Good day. How about you?
It's going pretty good. Another day, another week, you know?
I know, right?
This like year is wrapping up quick, man.
Bro, what you talk? I saw a meme last week that was like, it wasn't even a real meme. It was like, boom, somebody blinked. And so like the picture before the blink was 2019. And in the picture after the blink, it was like 2022. And I was like, that's exactly how I feel.
That is exactly what it feels like. It feels like it's just going by too quick. It's 21 is 2020 part 2, and I just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's been like a fast year, but like, does that make sense? It's been quick, but right. It's felt long. Can those two things exist? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it feels like it's like the moments before school gets out on the last day of school, where you're like, the day itself is gone by very quickly, but that last little minutes on the clock, where you're like, come on, gotta get out of here, gotta get out of here.
It's like, you remember that cartoon Recess?
Yes.
And then what they had like the ticking clock on the wall, right. and all the kids would be counting down.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey man, we got some guests on early. Y'all some early risers.
I know, right? This has been a good. Hold on, let me change the banner because y'all in here popping. Hold on.
I love it.
Yeah, let's get the comment section open, man. Y'all know the drill. Tell us what you're drinking today.
Tell us what's on the docket, man. What's on the drink docket today?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm drinking. I'm just drinking a protein shake today.
Protein shake.
Yeah. I mean, no. I've been like past couple days, man. Really about a week. You know, when you work late at night, like I've been working at night recently. Well, forever since pandemic. Yeah. You know, you eat dinner at a certain time, so 5, 6, 7 o'clock. But then at like 9, 10 o'clock, you feel like you get hungry again. You know, and so
I feel you.
So I'm like, all right, I can't keep overeating. So protein shake it is today.
I got you. I'm doing water, and then I got a shot. I got a shot of rabbit hole for the episode title, because this is a real one today.
No, it's a fun one, man. It's a fun one.
It's a fun one, but it's also a real one.
Yeah.
It's like one of those topics, you know.
Yeah. Hey, so how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I painted this weekend.
You did your daddy do list?
I'm trying to, man. We paid somebody to do the fancy paint work, like the room stuff where it can't look jacked up, right? I did everything else.
Well, hell, hold on, you paid somebody to come to the crib and paint, but yeah. there was more stuff left.
Yeah.
What they do then? I'm confused.
Hey man, these painters, it's one of the things they don't tell you about being a parent, man. Like these bills, man. These if you want it to look nice, you got to pay twice. Like,
yeah.
They'll never
real
say
talk,
that.
Real talk, man. Because you know, like the whole downstairs for us was painted by a painter, but like I painted Candace's office.
Yeah.
And so I look at it now and I'm like, man, it's some like, there's some patches that I could probably go in there and touch up, but it's like, who the hell got time? I barely had time to paint the first damn time, so now I got to go and touch up the office.
See, I had already painted one wall in the dining room before, right?
Okay.
I painted this wall, thought it looked good, pretty straight. Think I did a good job. Took pictures, sent it to people, said, "Hey, look what I did." Once we brought in a painter, he goes over to the wall. He goes, "You did this?" I said, "Yeah, I did this." He's like, you messed up here. I was like, "I didn't need you to point that out. That's not what I brought you here for."
Hey, little judgmental ass.
Right. Judging me.
Like, I mean, see, when we had the painter, so the painter was one of Candace's family, and he put us on game. He's like, bro, you using the wrong paintbrushes. Like, my man had this paintbrush. That thing had to be about that long. You know, I'm used to using them regular rollers. His joint was about this big. It had to be that. I mean, it was thick. He's like, man, all you do, you roll that thing twice in the paint. Whoop, whoop, whoop. like my man was finishing, like he literally in a weekend.
Hey.
So you've been to my house,
right?
In one weekend, he painted the entire downstairs of my house, including the high ceilings and including the stuff over the stairs.
Yeah, I might need that number, man. Because
bruh,
if he got the hookup, I need someone to look at some of this paint work because, yeah. I'm doing what you're doing, like the normal rollers, the normal stuff, and just trying to get it to look good.
No, he left the rollers at the crib, homie. He left the rollers at the crib. He told us, hey, he said, all you got to do is wash them things, because he said they're bigger, more substantial rollers. They're more expensive. And so he said, all you got to do is wash them things really, really good. Get all the paint out, dry them really, really good. You could use them things over and over. I'm like, what? Normally, I'm just like, man, pull the roller off, throw that thing in a trash bag.
Right. I thought I didn't know that was reusable.
That's what I'm saying. On game.
Right.
So anyway, so what else you do this weekend?
That's really about it. Yeah, I think that's really about what else we did. I can't really think of much. So what about you? What y'all do?
Man. So Saturday we didn't. I don't remember us doing anything on Saturday. Saturday was crazy on social media because that's when the story broke that Nancy Reagan used to be giving firehead in Hollywood, and black Twitter.
I saw that trending.
Like you don't ever I wake up and I'm on social media. Right. I wake up and I see Nancy Reagan trending on Twitter.
Right.
And I'm like, what in the hell? Black Twitter.
Right.
Black Twitter.
So I can only tell you what I heard. I haven't looked into it too much, but I heard that this started because somebody compared Nancy Reagan at 63 to Madonna, and Madonna fans weren't having it and clapped back hard. And someone posted the story, albeit that it's true, that this item about Nancy Reagan being known for oral sex around Hollywood. and like Black Twitter just had all the jokes, right? Just say yes.
Hey, somebody put on Twitter, she was the first person to say "No Child Left Behind."
Hell nah.
Hey, when Black Twitter called her throat goat, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, I went down the rabbit hole of Nancy Reagan jokes, so I could be here. I could stay here all day.
Nancy Reagan, and they said apparently Ronnie must have really liked oral sex. I was like, that's a shame.
Yep.
Hey, I guess that shows you once you reach like icon level, like Beyonce icon level, Madonna icon level, them fans ain't having it, man. They just won't have it. And I'm probably, I think it's a conspiracy a little bit, because earlier, if I remember this correctly, earlier on Saturday, Tom Holland had posted a story about Madonna, and it was kind of throwing. It was a little bit of shade. He was saying that Tom Holland, the main actor from the upcoming Spider-Man movie and from the Marvel franchise for Spider-Man, said he met Madonna, and someone was telling Madonna that he likes to dance. So he breaks out a dance, kind of showing her his moves, and she's just not impressed. So he made a big fool out of himself, and Madonna's like, never do that again. He goes home and he tells his brother what happened, his younger brother, and his younger brother is like cracking up. And then it's like, but who's Madonna? What is Madonna? Like, who is that? And
I mean,
like,
you can't go there.
It's the younger generation.
You can't go there.
I mean?
You can't go there. I mean, Madonna's not GOAT or anything. I mean, she's an icon for all the right and wrong reasons, right? Mm-hmm. But like I ain't going too hard on Madonna.
No. I mean, I would say she is legendary status, right? She's up there with she made it through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and then I guess other than the throat goat stuff, for me, the only other thing that jumped off this weekend, we did family pictures on Sunday. I think that was Sunday. And then you had the Jesse Smollett? He got charged on Friday for being an idiot.
Jesse.
Yeah, I don't even know what comes from that, but this dude is an idiot. Like literally all-time idiot status.
He's like facing time for that, isn't he?
Got to be the dumbest. I don't even know. Like as I try to formulate the reasons why. I mean, obviously he was in it for the come up, but how my man gonna get caught on video with the perpetrators doing a dry run?
Who does a dry run,
bruh?
Hey, so real quick, because Empire's on the downward trend. They're trying to write out my character. We're gonna have to try and let's just role play this thing. Let's do a dry run. So I'm gonna be walking from here, and then where y'all coming from? Y'all coming from over there? Okay. All right. So all right, boom, 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 boom. Oh no. Okay. All right, cool. Let's try it. Let's just try it and go. Like
it's embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. Like,
and then lied about it, dude.
Yeah.
And he was upcoming. Man. He was like up and coming. He was a good actor, man. I thought he was a good actor, but
ain't nobody touching that dude no more.
No.
Yeah, all right. Keisha, you right. What an idiot if y'all don't see that. So Daniel, sorry, brother, we missed that. Drinking the mango punch today. We see you. Keisha, you are absolutely right. The dude is a flat out idiot. And you can't come back from that at all.
Hey, so while you talking about pictures, pictures, we try to do holiday pictures on Sunday, but I'll come back to this because I think this goes back to our topic, right?
I have stories with holiday pictures.
But hey, did you check out this new thing on ABC for the holidays called live in studio or live in front of an audience or something? They basically took old shows, right? And then put in new actors recreating iconic episodes of
I saw it, but I wasn't gonna watch it.
So they had one with Different Strokes with Kevin Hart and Damon Wayans that was pretty funny.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I'm not saying it's laugh out crazy funny, but it's an interesting concept because they redid like a whole episode of the show, scene for scene, with actors. And because it's live, sometimes they go off script and they say some crazy stuff. So
I mean, Kevin Hart is probably the best when he's not scripted. And so seeing him in scripted stuff is like, but when he goes off script, I think that's when that's when he gives you the most comedic gold.
That's the true. So
hold on. Keisha said Columbus Short was done. What did Columbus Short do? Why is he done? Did I miss something about Columbus Short?
Columbus Short been done, man.
Like, did he do something like Jesse Smollett, or however you pronounce his name, was an idiot and got booted because he's an idiot? Like, did Columbus Short do something to get booted?
Did Columbus Short? I thought Columbus Short was canceled way back in the Scandal days.
Well, he was the dude on Scandal. Oh, I wasn't really watching Scandal like that. But what got him canceled though?
Yard. Yeah, he abused his girlfriend.
Oh, what's up, Tal? It's been a minute. We ain't seen Tal in a long time. What's going on? Tal said he abused his girlfriend.
Yeah, he got in major trouble for that.
Got it.
And you ain't seen him since.
I feel like
garbage. Right?
Yeah, that's one of them things, man. If you are
Tal says she sleep.
Tal be sleep. I feel you. Tal, I'm sleepy today. I want to be sleep.
Hey,
so
let's start. Well, let me use this. Let me set the scenario. So
set the scenario.
We were gonna take pictures, right? As a family, we really intended on doing this. We said to ourselves, because this is all the stuff they never tell you that you never think about, but it's like, oh, okay, now that you're a parent, this is definitely how this goes. You have to schedule things in a way that allows you to put down your kid for a nap, right? And the nap isn't for you. The nap is for them and you, right? So we put our son down. He took a nap. We had to wake him up. We go to take pictures. He turns into a completely other person, right? Normally, he's pretty friendly. Just want to take pictures. Yeah. Let me take pictures. Cheese, Now all of a sudden he's like, I don't want to take pictures. I don't want to go here. I don't want to do this. And you're like, but we have a photographer. We're taking pictures. It's holiday pictures, son.
Let's not skip over the key factor. It's not that you have a photographer. You paid a photographer,
right?
Like you cash out, PayPal, cut a check, gave somebody cash on deposit. Right. You stroked some money for a photographer. Right. Continue.
Right. And now he wants to run around and do everything else but take pictures. Then as soon as we got done, pulling them all around, making them, posing them and trying to catch what other glimpses we can. As soon as the photographer puts away the camera, now he's back in the game. And I was like, kids are the worst, right? I love them, but they don't tell you these types of things. So we were in pre-show talking about kids and just how this goes. And Jeff was saying, yeah, man, we should probably bring this up because this is y'all know as parents or as people that have these extended kids or nephews, nieces, all that. It's the worst sometimes. It is the best and the worst sometimes.
Yeah.
All mixed into one bag.
It's not for the weak. Like when people say, hey man, I'm thinking about having kids. You sure?
Right. Right. I think they should get parents of toddlers to do safe sex presentations in high schools, right?
Bro.
Because we would be able to communicate it way better than some teacher can, right? I would come down there and be like, hey man, do you like sleeping? You do? Well, here's the deal. If you have kids, you will never sleep the same way again. It won't. It just won't happen, right?
And so I want to preface all of this. I love my boys.
I love my
boys.
I love my son. I love my son.
They are both equally different, but they will both equally ride that. Like, when you say you're on my last nerve, I think all of my nerves are the last nerve because them jokers will ride them some guns all day long. Like, bruh, I ain't got it.
Keisha said, she would say, you want to spend more money on daycare than your mortgage? Go on and have some kids, right? You want to debate with a kid about pooping on a toilet? You think that's fun? Go on and have some kids, man.
Like,
do it. Have an argument with a toddler that can't even speak English all the way.
Like Avery this morning I felt like yesterday he had a good night's sleep. Slept like he always does. Good, whatever. Right. Comes downstairs, bruh, just an emotional wreck. Right. Moody, and I'm just gonna lay on the floor. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to do nothing. I just,
Right.
bro, you got school that you need to be at like 30 minutes. Like, I need you to pick up the pace. No,
Right.
just fall out on the floor,
I ain't gonna
throwing
do it.
yogurt, and I'm like,
I ain't gonna do it.
I ain't got it today, bro.
Right. Kids they have no line. They don't know the line, right?
No,
And
they don't give
sometimes,
a damn about the line.
and I respect it because sometimes I want to be like that, right? I want to go to work and just be like, I ain't gonna do it, and just get up and walk away. But I'm not a toddler. I'm a parent, and we got bills.
Bro. Like, I told the story. I say my Zay, my oldest. Like, my boy will ride. He knows. All right, son, here's the line. There's the line. My child will run up to the line. Let me take this down. My daddy line. He will run up to the line every day. Like, he runs full speed towards the line.
Right.
And I'm like, bruh,
Right.
the line ain't moved.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, my son, I told you this in pre-show. If he literally wakes up every morning and chooses chaos and violence.
Right.
Like he is the kid that pushes all the numbers on the elevator and then gets off. But like, imagine that in like, that's what he does in real life at home. It's like,
Right.
whatever I can do to sow chaos and choose violence in the morning before I go to school.
Right.
I'm
And
gonna do it.
the thing that is also like, I think I come from a place as a parent where I'm still in awe of the fact that my son is a merger of both me and my wife, right? That he is like half and half, and I can see it and I can hear it, right? But then also, so like, there's part of me that's like, man, that's pretty impressive. There's another side of me that's like, that's pretty scary as well, right? Right. So his ability to kind of know where that line is and be a habitual line stepper, right? And then when company comes around and he flips the switch and it's like, yes, please, hi, hello, he's like all polite, and I'm like this. Oh, really?
No.
Oh, you're gonna make it seem like I'm crazy.
You describe your son as a line stepper.
He is a habitual line stepper.
No, my son, the oldest, I'll say the oldest, Xavier, is a what's that one? The running long jump. Like, yeah, that's my son. He backs up about 30 yards.
Long jump. Oh, he's the long jump.
He busts into a flat out dead sprint, steps on the line, and then jumps over that sumbitch. Like, bruh, like, that is my son. And so, yeah. Like,
Val said we're not gonna lie about her nephew. She's seen Coop in full flex mode though. Like Coop, there are a couple of things that are like, go the nuclear option. Let that little boy see a basketball and you tell him it's not basketball time. Nuclear option.
Yeah. And I want to also say, right, as a parent, I understand, I rationalize your kids aren't going to be perfect, right? Yeah. Like, they're not going to do the right thing every single time, right? Like, I don't even think I have that expectation from my boys to just do the right thing every single time. But what I do have is, bruh, give me something once a day. like let me take a mental break like one day. Like,
I know, right?
See, my dad is talking about, oh, Zay take after me. Like, nah, Zay is clearly Candace's child.
But they say for you to be, the thing you're really mad about is that your child is reflecting the thing of you.
No, I just want my child to listen.
Yeah, but that's the thing that he's reflecting to you that you're getting mad about, is that
because he won't listen.
No, that he's reflecting your ability to not listen.
Bruh, I ain't gotta listen. I pay bills. It's my house.
And he doesn't understand that equation because he
does not. He does not. That is the obvious point.
He says, My dad doesn't listen because he's my dad. So I'm not going to listen because
Right.
I'm his son.
Hey,
So,
bro. Hey. Ring, 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 ring. All the bills come to the house in my name.
hey, man, your dad is vouching. He's saying you didn't listen as a child.
Oh,
Man.
no. I wholeheartedly, right? But see, the rules of engagement were different when I was a child.
What were the rules of
Oh,
engagement? How is
see,
it
and now
different?
you can't lay your hands on kids the way we got laid
Right.
into. So now, like that's different. Like you got the parent different now than when you could back when I was a
Right.
kid in the 80s, 90s ish, early 80s. I was a good kid by like 10 years old. But them early years was a bit rough.
Yeah.
But
See, I feel like it was my middle 10. My middle 10 were the
no, I think my first 10, like, because I think them other 10, I kind of figured some things out with school, right? You know, like my grades got good, you know, because that, you know, like my issue is always that I just talk too damn much. Like that's been my biggest issue. And hell, you can see that in me now.
Right.
But bro,
I don't know, man. I still feel like Zay's reflecting. He's just reflecting you, man.
he can do that in his own house. I had no issue with him reflecting me when he pays a bill. Like, bruh, what you, like? Okay, so this morning we getting ready for school. So I have my son. We literally we do this like the only way I can get through the morning early is we have to get up to get him out the door is with routine. Come downstairs, take your medicine, you know, eat your breakfast, get your shoes, get your coat, get your mask out the door. Really, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
So this morning, good morning, we going good. Yeah, man. And all of a sudden he's like, Daddy, I only got one fish left. Can you buy me some new fish? I was like, yeah, buddy. Look, like, yeah, let's go on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, you got all your tests are done.
Right.
You don't have nothing on Thursday. You know, boom, we can go to the little pet store and get you some more fish. Cool. Very next breath, like literally not next breath, like 3 minutes later, it's like World War III because I wouldn't let him take Pokemon. He wanted to take Pokemon cards to school. And I'm like, bro, your bus will be here in 2 minutes. And we have a 1 minute walk to the bus stop.
Right.
You ain't got time to get Pokemon cards because you piddled around this morning when you're supposed to be taking your medicine. Bombs, like literally dropping bombs. I want Pokemon cards. And I'm like, bro, get your ass out the house. We got to go. And so finally, I find him 2 Pokemon cards and he run out the door. And I'm like, bro, you are not, put the Pokemon cards in your book bag. And I'm like, you can't ask me for something in one breath and then in the next breath be not listen to what I got to say. You listen when I said, yes, you could have a fish. But when I said put the Pokemon cards in your book bag, it's like, nah, I ain't doing it. Like, bro, Ninja, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I fear what that's like having because how old is Zay? Zay is like what?
8.
Man, that's 8. Yeah, man.
Bro, 8 going on 18 because he about to get out.
8 going on 18, about to kick
bro,
him out.
He gonna have to get a job. He gonna have to get a job.
He gonna have to get a job.
Yeah, hey. Gotta get a job.
Man. All I know is as I look at that, I'm like, man, I don't know how we negotiate this one. Because I feel like my wife is the smartest person that I know on the planet, hands down, right? She's the smartest person I know. He got her intelligence and my bad attitude, right? So he's already thought about, like, I could watch him now. He'd be following our conversations and be like, But then he works it out in a very like toddler way, right? So he'll say stuff like, oh, I gotta go to the gas station because I got gas, right? Or you know, like something crazy like that, where you're like, I get where you're going. You're really thinking through this. This is good. But then it shows its ugly head when he wants to get his way about things. And I'm like, he's only 3. He's only 3. You can't be dropping my blood pressure like this, son. Come on now. So
you can't negotiate with terrorists.
It makes me feel bad because you're exactly right. You cannot negotiate with toddler terrorism, right? We just can't negotiate. We can't do it, right? So it makes me feel bad because I'm definitely that person that's like this in the middle of a temper tantrum. Are you done? Are
Are
you
you
done?
finished or are you done?
Are you finished yet? And he'll be like, no. I'm like, no, okay. Yeah. So you know what the correct answer is. And then he'll do things like he's just stubborn, man. You'll be
Bro,
like, apologize, say sorry. Mm. Right?
no.
Be like, I'm not gonna talk back, but I'm not gonna do it either. Right?
No. So Xavier, Avery's still young. We'll see how he develops. Xavier he's quick-witted, and he has no filter. So he obviously gets that from me,
Right.
but he gets his stubbornness from my wife. And you ain't seen a woman on you. You let her parents tell it. You let her parents tell it, shout it. My God, she was the most stubborn child on the face of the earth. The most stubborn person God ever made was my wife. And so now my son has my quick wit and smart mouth with my wife's stubbornness. So my quick wit, kind of smartish mouth,
Right.
and some extra stuff from me. But the stubbornness from my wife,
Right. It just is an equalizer. It's like it enhances it. But what I would at least say about stubbornness, because I would agree with you, like I think I've heard crazy stories about my wife as a child, right? I would say the fact that we ended up marrying them tells us it must balance out, and at the end of the day, it must all balance out, right? Because the way these parents be telling the story, and now we're telling the stories about our kids. Our kids are probably going to grow up and be like, "I wasn't that bad." Be like, "Yes,
shit.
yes, you were."
So he go to big difference. The
Okay,
big difference between us, my dad can only tell the story in words, right? I can share video of my children bouncing off the freaking wall or being stubborn or whatever. And Candace talking about she was strong willed. No, ma'am. No,
yeah,
man. That's not how your
strong-willed.
parents describe you.
Strong-willed is branding now,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because you know what they now it's like this new age stuff, right? Where we would call it stubborn, like just don't want to do anything, hard-headed, right? I feel like that's what they was at, hard-headed. Now they've rebranded it as strong-willed
Oh,
child.
100%.
And you're like, strong-willed child. Well, you have a strong will. Yeah, a strong will get your ass whooped.
Exactly.
Like, dude, are y'all serious? These kids are off the chain sometimes, right?
Bruh.
And I feel bad because I want to go old school, but then I read all these articles of the new style parenting, right? That's like, I've never raised my voice to my child. They're like, oh shit, whoa, that's a whole new level of Zen.
You're better than me. Like
Right,
just say you're better than me and stop it there, right? Like I've
right.
never raised my voice in my child. I raised my voice in my child an hour ago.
Or people that post these things are like, I sit my child down and we go through a mindfulness kind of exercise, and it's like, that's dope. I don't have time for that because the school bus comes in 2 minutes and he's still looking for Pokemon cards, right? I don't have time to do all that. So
Bro.
what we supposed to do here, right?
I'm
But
telling
yeah,
you, sit your kid on the porch for 5 minutes. He'll be all right.
right,
Now
right,
you're gonna catch now. See, some of this is also this is a constant battle with me in my head. It's like if I take this like to the next level, right? Because here's
right,
the level. This is where we currently are, and we're both inching our way up.
right.
But if
That's
I
us.
go here,
Right,
it's how much trouble do I get in with my wife next, right? Because it's like you realize
right,
like there's a point in this argument, and my son hasn't realized this yet. Like, hey, I'm a parent. At the end of the day, I'm gonna win the argument because it's my house. But if I take it to this most nuclear option possible,
right,
then there's a strong likelihood that we're all going to sleep in silence today.
right. Yeah,
Like everybody in the house is just going to be silent for bedtime,
yeah.
and then everybody will fall asleep, and we'll start the day and go over tomorrow and try it over.
We'll try again. Try again. That's what
Hey,
it's that
today
try.
is a new day to get it right, I guess.
Right. Nope. Nope. And then your kids your kid holding stuff against you, so they're gonna bring it back up. They're gonna have a book and be like, "Daddy, you said," you're like, "I said nothing, nothing. We forgive people in this house, right?"
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Why you bringing up old stuff, kid? What's wrong with you? I ain't bring up how you used to shit in your pants, right?
Right. I think it's just I don't know, and maybe there's no preparation for this, but for the folks who don't have kids yet,
Don't be thoughtful. Be thoughtful. Be
take your
intentional.
time.
Be intentional.
Yeah. And, and again, like I love both of my boys.
I love them.
I wouldn't trade not having them for anything, right? Like
Mm-mm.
they do make life a little bit more enjoyable. They make vacations fun. I wish they had a decibel lower, right? Like just 1 decibel lower.
Right.
But man, this shit is hard.
Yeah, I felt like when I was growing up, under the example of like the school bus, like, oh, you're gonna miss the school bus. I feel like my mom would be like, guess you walking to school, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be like this. Oh, you know what? Let me not look for these Pokemon cards anymore. But now parents would be like, oh, okay, you can't do that. They parent shame you, right? They're like, you can't let your child walk to school. What is wrong with you? It's too far away. Be like, hey man, he gotta learn at some point. How you gonna learn? How you gonna learn? The world has consequences.
Keisha said,
Oh no.
I don't even know.
Keisha, what was your reaction?
I don't even know what my reaction would be to that.
Tal gonna try to say how I was. Tal wasn't even alive when I was 3.
It be the non-parents that's always in there talking about because they act. See, it's always the non-parents.
It's the younger siblings that be in there throwing shade. Be like, you what? Oh, I know how you were when you were 3. You don't know how I was when I was.
Let me tell you something. I don't even know how I would respond if my son said, "Take me to the effing park, please."
Hey, you heard it from somewhere. Oh no, Tal says she's seen video. That's terrible. Yeah, my dad is a prolific like videographer. He records all this stuff.
No, we ain't had none of that. We ain't got none of that. I ain't had none. We ain't got no video of me. Like so it's interesting.
Well, see, this goes to this point, right?
Go ahead.
This is how thoughtful my dad is about these things, right? He's like, oh, you got to get video because you want to capture the good, but also the bad, right? And he literally put together like a video of like the worst clips I have as a kid, right? As like a gag reel, right? Right. And it's that kind of forethought that was like, I'm taking video of this. Like one of them is like me in a karate class as a little kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they give you the board and they're basically like bending the board for the kid to like break it, right? I'm hitting the board, it's not breaking. They get the next guy in, he's holding the board. They're like, go, do it. And at this point, you can see the guy is like, right? So it's a totally embarrassing video, right? He's got this on a clip. I was like, is this like a clip of greatest hits? He was like, look at this video of you missing the ball in baseball, right? And I was like, why would you put this together, right? It's because he had the forethought as a parent at the time, like, I'm investing in my laughter later, right? And I'm not mad at that, right? Because it's smart, right? But I have that same type of gene in me, and Cooper has it as a child now. So all this stuff it's all connected. It's like the MCU. It's all connected.
I don't even think I record anything with the boys. Like I just think I think I just kind of live in the moment, I guess. But I don't think I have. I mean, I have the videos of their birth. But other than that, I don't really have. Candace probably has more, all those other, like my son in the little kindergarten or the little what's that spot before kindergarten, that pre-K,
Mhm.
in the pre-K Christmas recital, right? Where he the only kid up there not singing. He just kind of looking at the other kids like he just looking judgmental at the kids, right?
Right.
So Candace has those videos. Like I don't really have any. I mean, you know, I will say this: like Xavier, in all of the foolishness that we put each other through, the boy is smart as hell. I wish he would show it more, right? Like my concern
Yeah.
as a parent is, you know, are you taking the things that happen in the house, right? The same attitude or the same level of burn it all down,
Right.
right? Are you taking that into the classroom? Like, right? If you're not focusing and paying attention at home, like, and I think that's why I harp on it so much about you focusing and listening and, you know, listen to me when I tell you to do something the first try on the first shot, right?
Right.
Because I want you to go to school and like, I don't really feel like dealing with the call from the teacher that says, yo, your son called me an asshole in the classroom, right? Like, I really don't want that moment. So I think that's why I harp on it so much at home.
See, I do feel like though, if I was that parent that got that call that was like, Mr. Claiborne, we got some problems here. Like, what's going on? You know, your son was at school today. We told him something, and he said I'm an asshole. And I'd be like this. Okay. Well, I mean, were you being an asshole? I mean, because of like it's easy. I'm just not. I don't have that much problems with those things. Where I'd be like, well,
I've gotten a couple calls home that probably drove me over the deep end. You know, in hindsight, it's probably like, yeah. I mean, I think shit. I think parenting is a lot of hindsight being 2020, right? I think in the moment I handle things this way. And Candace always says, well, you can't discipline out of anger. I'm like, well, hell, the moment made me angry. How am I supposed to like if I discipline him, you know, after I've calmed down, then who puts
down an investment in discipline? How does that work?
I think her point is I think, and if she's still watching, she can put it in the comment section. You know, when you're raging angry, you're probably not getting your point across. So
yeah, I mean, I understand all that. I just don't understand. I'm not thinking about discipline when discipline's not something to be had, right?
Yeah.
I can't pre-discipline, you know. That seems very challenging to do.
I don't think she's saying pre-discipline. I think she's saying like when you're at your most angry, that's not the moment to
so what are you supposed to do?
I don't know. And so to me,
I wanted to pay attention to that lesson, but I was too damn angry.
See, thank you. I knew she was going to explain this before. She was going to explain this way better than I could.
She says, no, cool down before you go off. How am I supposed to do that?
we should have done this with our wives present.
You ever been so mad that you're like this? I don't even know. I just need to walk away, right? But kids don't allow you to do that because you still got to walk across the street to the Walmart, right? You still got to hold hands walking across the street as they want to be dragged all around the place, right? So
I mean, I remember the hard part for me once was getting the call or hearing something that happened at the house, right? You know, and then I'm working an hour away, and so understanding that I now have to get home and administer some level of discipline, having to stew long enough because you have to be in a mood. To me, I have to be in a place to administer discipline, right? I can't be in a happy place to deliver discipline, regardless of how whatever the discipline is, right? If it's a spanking, if it's punishment, if it's writing your spelling words 5 million times, right? Like I can't do that from a joyous, happy place. You have to kind of be in a space for me to administer discipline. But the other side of that coin is also true, right? For me to get to that space, it also takes a lot of time to cool off from that space. And so to go flip a switch to administer discipline and then to come back and say, all right, it's over, I've administered the discipline, now we can go back to business as usual. I can't flip that switch. So it's either I'm going to be there and I'm going to discipline and I'm going to be there for a while and I'll just go sit in the corner and not speak, or I can't get to that, or I can't push all the way to that space where it's time for me to administer discipline.
See, I think the thing that I've been trying to think through more as of late is, as I'm raising a son, I really want to teach how to control your emotions, right? So I think like going like I might be seeing red, and I do have to pull back from that, right? Because I don't want my son to see that the only way to kind of communicate my emotions is with going ballistic crazy. You know what I mean? But then I feel like sometimes it loses its zeal. So I have to like compartmentalize it. I got to put it in a box and then unpack that box when needed. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think for me, sometimes the struggle is, and Candace has a great comment. And so obviously you guys are getting real-time conversation that Candace and I have. I won't say on the regular basis, but we have it enough. And, I think it's an ongoing process of how we raise these tiny humans, as she calls them. And I think for me, and I get it, teaching kids how to control their emotions, that's a hard one, right? Yeah. For me. And I understand your point, right? I understand that there's so much validity in that point. It's just really,
it's hard.
It's hard, right? And I think sometimes the thing that warranted that level of anger or that level of frustration or whatever, right? The thing that you did or as a child that warranted that level of anger, I don't know how else to deliver that level of,
oh yeah,
you need to feel, not necessarily physically feel, but you need to hear the anger that brought out.
Right.
But I also don't know the opposite side of that, right? Like, so how do you cool off, collect yourself, and then come back and say what you did 5 hours ago or an hour ago was wrong, and here's why, right? Like, so to me, I think a little bit of the luster, the shine is gone off what you did if I'm coming to you in a very muted space.
But I think that's like, in essence, that reminds me of the Jordan quote, "You reach and I teach," right? So like, I think the reach is the emotional, the emotional reflex that comes out of disappointment, right? Or anger or whatever. That's the emotional flex. But then what comes when it's much more calmer is the teach moment, right? The teachable moment that moves that past. But it's incredibly difficult. It's not incredibly difficult. I would say it's just challenging to always put yourself in that frame of mind that I can't give you one without the other, right? If I do show you the emotion, I have to show you the teachable moment, or I can't just do the teachable moment without adding the gravity of the emotional, because I also don't want my child to think like I never get mad, right? Or because I think that sets up a false standard. I think they have to correctly digest what mad is and why am I mad. And that's the part that I think is scares me a little bit as a parent. Is I know my child is incredibly intelligent, right? So if he sees me really angry, I'm wondering, is he drawing the same connection about why I'm really angry, right? Is it because I did something, or is it because I said something, or is it because he did something, or is it because of how this is going? And I think that's a part where they're like little humans that don't really understand exactly what's going on, right? But I try to, as much as possible, if I show them that emotional reflex, I have to show them that teachable moment, you know?
And so I think I don't give them the teachable moment,
Mhm.
but I for damn sure when I'm upset, you know exactly why I'm upset.
Right,
Like there's not a there's no um there shouldn't be any confusion as to why I am upset.
right,
Now, do I let it stew probably a little bit too long?
right,
Yeah, I probably let that thing stew a little bit too long. Um, but I think the thing that I probably don't do is a good job on at all is the other side of that coin of, all right, let me come back.
right.
Like now that everybody's checked the anger, right? Let me come back and say, here's how you can do this better.
But you know, like I do that with Cooper because I know Cooper has he has some he has some psyche things for me, right? He has like my processing, or he has those kind of, I don't even know what to call it. He has that side of me, right? I can see it in him, where the best time I can Cooper is like, he naturally is going to resist, right? That's just who my son is, because that's in our genes, right? So the more more I ante up, the more he antes up, right? The more
That's
I
a
go south, he goes south, right? And now it's about who can go south and last the longest, right?
yep.
So what I got to do with him is I got to trick him, right? So I got to trick him. I got to show him the flex, let him come off of that and think he's won. And then when he's least expecting it, bring it back up in a form that's like, so what was that? What happened? Right? I said this, you said that. What happened there? What's going on? Right? Talk to me and tell me what's going on. And I don't let him off the hook with it, or I try not to let him off the hook. He's a 3-year-old. So as soon as like Coco Melon comes on, he's on to something else. So, but I try to capture it when his guard is down, because I think it's important that we have that conversation, that teachable moment, to kind of loop that back in, close the loop, or whatever you want to call it. But that's how I think I have to get through to my son, because it's how I know I am. In the heat of the moment, I can't be taught. We in war, and I'm trying to go for the jugular. I'll say do whatever I got to do, right, to win, right,
But I also won't let him win, right? Like, and
right.
so, and so I hear that, right, and I receive it
Mhm.
as well. My issue with all of this is you're not winning,
Right,
and my child feels like he should be able to win,
right.
and
One day he gonna win, though.
not as long as he lives in my house. You
That's
can
what you think.
you can no, he
Did
can
you ever
win if
win
he's
against your
right.
dad? Did you ever win against your
You
dad?
can win when you're right.
But did you ever win against your
I
dad?
don't remember, and I don't know if he's still watching. He might be getting ready for work. I doubt it.
Okay.
And so like you can win when you're right, but you're not gonna win. I am not gonna let you win if you're wrong. And
Right.
so no, that ain't a win.
That is a win.
That is not a win.
It's called manipulative power. He's getting you to do. He's
No,
getting you out of your psyche.
no,
He's like that person at your job that has you bugging out, and then you're like, "Why am I tripping?" Right?
nah. Like because at the end, like he has to know that what you did was wrong. Period. Point blank. End of discussion.
He has to know. Say it again. He has to
He
know
has to know, and he needs to hear it from me
that what he
that
did was
what
wrong.
he did was wrong.
Okay.
And my level of anger typically matches what the I won't say crime is not the right word here, but what's another word? What's the word I'm looking for? Hell, the punishment should fit the crime, I think, is
Right.
at the end of the
Okay.
day. And so my level of anger is typically a direct reflection of the situation that we find ourselves in. And so if it's something simple like, all right, you peed on the toilet, that's a boy thing. We all do it. We probably always, we to some degree still do it now. Didn't clean it up. This just happened before bed. That
Right.
wasn't an anger thing, dude. Clean up the damn toilet.
Right.
Right? Like, I get it. Clean it up. Okay. But you do something at school that requires the principal to call me.
Right.
You're getting me at my angriest from word go.
Because the principal called you.
Because the principal called and you knew what you did was wrong.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, so
Yeah.
in situations where you're right, you can win with
Right.
me, right? But in situations where you're wrong, or you're disrespectful, right? Like that's one thing. Like, bro, stop.
Now,
Like, we have this conversation a lot. The next word out of you I want to hear is yes or no, and the discussion's over.
Now, do you think that's creating respect by compliance or by respect because of respect?
I could care less which one it is.
I think you do though, right?
No.
Like if he grows up to be the person that's like, I only respect you while my father's around. Once he's not around, I don't really care because I don't really respect people. I only respect the fact of I don't want to get caught disrespecting.
You have to have some level, and so again, even in these fuss moments, right? So if it's something that happens at the school, there's always going to be that moment where we're talking about, bruh, you have to respect your teacher, right? You have to respect people in authority, whatever, right? Or the actions that you took were stupid, right? I'm not going to give specific examples with this one.
I don't
but your actions were stupid, right? And stupid is probably not the right word here either. Your actions were unacceptable.
Right, unacceptable.
Your actions were unacceptable, right?
Gotcha.
And so in those moments, there's no opportunity for this conversation to be back and forth. You forfeited your right to have a conversation because your actions were that poor. Like your decision making was that poor that I don't care why you did it. I don't care what was going through your mind when you did it. It was wrong and it should never happen again. End of discussion. There's no room in there for you to have a conversation around why you thought you did was right.
Now, without going into details, does he do it again?
In most cases, no. Not in the situations that pushed me to that level of anger. He's never approached those situations again.
Yeah, I think it's just like, one, it's hard to say how you'll be when you have been presented with in those situations, right? So I totally respect everyone's parenting style, because parenting, I was just saying to someone the other day that parenting is not a course, right? It's not a course where you learn how to be the best parent, get an A, and then you straight. Parenting is a practice. Everyone is trying to learn how to be the best parent to their children. And that comes through practice. That comes through practicing to be a good parent. And if you don't line up, then you got to try again the next day, or try again the next day, and try and kind of go through that process. So it is one of those things where it's like, you can't compare yourself to another parent. You can't always look at what other people doing and say, oh, they got these rules and these rules don't allow for these things. You know what I mean? You can only try and learn new frameworks to kind of build into your own parenting practice.
I mean, we say it whenever we have one of these moments, we say, I think we talk about it. Well, not talk about it. We say something the next day or whatever, like tomorrow's another day to get it right.
Right.
Or to have a better day, or whatever we say, but I think the one thing that probably rubs me the most wrong is the constant talk back. Right. I'm like, bro, like Candace will tell you, she's like, that's the thing. It's like, hey,
that you got something to say.
Like, hey, ring. Mhm.
Right.
The next words I want are yes or no, and that's it.
Right.
But my son is my son, and he's like, but what about no, yes? And I think that's where he and I clash the most. It's
Right.
in those moments where it's like he wants his way, I'm going to get my way, and so, so he's like, I'm just gonna burn it all down, and we'll figure it out later. So it's
Have you
this
tried?
it,
Have you tried giving him like a space? You get 3 clapbacks.
no, you ain't getting 3. You
You
ain't getting
get
none.
2. You get 2 clapbacks. Choose wisely, because after 2, stuff gets
Tasha said my mama threw a glass at me. Tasha, we can't get away with that today.
Hey, but it's real though.
We can't get away with that today.
I think my mom hit me with a 2-piece sometime one day, right? When I was a teen. So like, and I was like, oh, snap. That's done.
My daddy
Done.
punched me square in the chest one time, man.
Yeah.
Square in the chest. Now I was a little older. I was probably a little older. You know, I might have been over 5th grade. But I mean,
Yeah. The back talk is like bad, especially
that's the one.
Because they're encouraged to voice their opinions, and you're like,
this isn't one of those moments.
Not today. This isn't one of those moments. It's right.
This isn't one of those moments.
Stop talking. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Shot. You know.
This ain't one of those. I mean, I'll say it, and I probably, in his defense, I probably don't have enough balance. Like I can probably balance this out a heck of a lot more than I do. But I mean, he's a smart kid. He's a good kid.
Tell him write it out.
You know, write what out? Why he's angry?
His rebuttal.
Like, but then that also implies that I care, and I think that's
you care.
I don't.
You do care.
I don't.
You want your kid out here making so like this is what I think about, right? Years from now, Zay gonna be old enough to where he's arguing with somebody, and they gonna try to be more vocal than Zay, right? And you want your kid to have a strong clapback game, right? Shut it down. I said what I said. Say it with my chest, right?
Yeah.
He's only practicing that with you now.
Bro, but see, you can't practice that.
Yes, you can.
No. You can't. What you can't practice that on is when I've asked you to go study your spelling words. Right?
Go do your studying, and if you got something to say, write it down, bring it to me, and I'll read it.
End of discussion.
I mean, think about this. Think about this. I know you've done conflict resolution stuff, right? How much of conflict resolution is rooted in just being heard?
All of it.
Right. So I'm just saying, him writing it down gives you the ability to look at it, be like, I saw what you wrote, and I hear you. I got you. I read it. You misspelled this word. Next time, you probably want to spell that better.
So you being ass in the space too?
No, like, hey, your game up.
Your P is backwards.
I'm tying your game up from when you gonna clap back later. Can't be clapping back if you got edits. If you ain't used Grammarly, man, you gotta step your game up, right?
There are. See, so I think for me, it's odd, man, because I think I come from this place where you just do what you're told, right? Like, and
did you always do what you were told?
Oh, probably not all the time.
So
no. I think that's unreal. I think it's unrealistic to say that somebody does what they're told every time. Like none of that is realistic, right?
Right.
But at least get me over 50.
Yeah, I mean,
get me over 50%, right? And my issue with and this goes back to parenting,
right?
Or I guess it's specifically my kid, right? Not all kids are this way. Is bro, hey, I spoke. Conversation like. When we're talking about homework, right? Since this is the example, hey, go study for your test. I don't, no, bro. Like my expectation, my ex is like, boom, up, sit down, like up from the seat, over to the next chair, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna do our studies.
Yeah, but you
Right?
ain't raising no follower though, right?
I'm raising a good listener. Like that's
Good listener, yes. Good complier. Like you want someone that's just you want to raise Zay to just be a comply.
I want him to listen when somebody in authority asks him to do something specific.
Who determines the authority though?
Me. I'm your parents.
No. I'm not saying I'm saying outside of you. Years
I mean,
later.
I think there's a level of respect that you have for positions, right? But I also think what you have to do is understand that there are things that
are out of your control.
One, there are things that are out of your control, but two, there's a certain level of compliance that takes place when you're asked to do something that's not out of the ordinary, right?
Right.
Like I'm not saying, son, go jump off the balcony naked into a swimming pool, right? Like I think what we're talking about is there has to be some level of balance to doing what you're told because it's within reason, right? Go do your homework.
No.
Versus go jump off a bridge, right? I think those are two different.
I think that's what's dope about the shut it down, write it down type of deal, right? I'm not accepting feedback at this time.
I'm gonna use that next time.
I'm not accepting feedback at this time. I'm not accepting feedback at this time. You can write it down though, and I would accept that. So if you want to write it down as you finish your homework, cool. But you're gonna finish your homework. You know what I mean?
Like
it's just how it goes. You know what I mean?
I
don't want to have to go to work every day, but I have to go to work.
But I got to do it.
Like, it's how it goes. I like nice things. I want to buy you school clothes, so I gotta go to work. This is how this world works.
I told him, oh, go ahead.
You don't want to do homework. Write it down in a good argument. Tell me on why you don't have to do homework. If you come up with a good enough argument, I will go to your teacher myself and be like, look at this argument. Look at this. Look at this.
And then we're both going to say, you're still doing your homework.
Do homework. But you know what they're going to say? You got to do your goddamn homework.
Like what I want him to realize, and maybe this is the hard part about parenting a son with as strong of a will as he has. Eventually, you're going to do things my way.
Mm-hmm. Or not.
No. like eventually you're going to do things my way.
He's just waiting his time. He's like,
it's so for me.
He told me to do my homework at 9:00, and I didn't start my homework till 9:10.
I win. And so eventually, like I tell him, like, son, hey, you're gonna eventually do it my way, right? So let's skip all the stuff in the middle,
right,
and just do it my way.
You can't. Part of the journey is the ride. You know,
and he likes and I think he enjoys the ride. Like Candace says that he's stubborn enough to wait it out, and I'm stubborn enough to sit there. Like
that's because you don't realize what's going on at the table. You don't realize what's going on. You are teaching him. Mm-hmm. You're teaching him how to be stubborn again. Mm-hmm. You're teaching him how to be a hard block. That's like, I don't have to listen to anything.
No, 100%.
I'm learning how to do this.
I fully expect that this is somehow going to come back to bite me in the ass, right?
It is.
Fully expect it.
Because what you can't see is he's practicing. He's learning from you to apply in the field with everybody else. He's like, oh, yeah, the way my dad does this is I don't want to hear anything else after what I told you to do. Yes or no?
Yes and amen.
That's it.
See, I'm giving him some grace. See, because the Lord says yes and amen. I'm saying it's yes or no, right? Like you get two answers here, yes or no. These are the only two answers you get. The Lord says yes and amen. It's yes and I agree.
Right.
You ain't even got to agree with my decision making, but you still have to follow the decisions that I'm laying out. And Tasha makes a great point that they're teaching kids to be analytical. Mm-hmm. I get it, Shouty. You be analytical in school.
Nah.
In my house.
Hey, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the best flex I can come up with is I'm not accepting feedback at this time. And then you can use our own words against them. For my own mental health and well-being right now, I am not taking feedback at this time.
Hey,
because we've done this for like 10 minutes. I only had 10 minutes to talk through this. And because I can't, because you took up all the time with crying, right? So if you're crying, then we can't work on it. So what I need you to do is go do your homework and then write down your argument. Make a good argument, though. Tell me why. Tell me why you don't have to do what it is I'm telling you to do. Because I guarantee you, I have a better argument of why you do.
so I'm gonna roll that out the next time he and I have a conversation. I'm gonna roll out the tell me why you shouldn't have to do what I tell you to do, and I'm gonna report back to the pod how it happened.
No,
how it worked.
You got to shut it down first. You got to pull a Maxine Waters, right? You got to be like, reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time, right? And then you got to be like, unfortunately, our time is up. Our time is up. That was the time that we had. Now it's time for you. Like I read this Jedi mind trick with another parenting article that I saw where it was like, oh yeah, if you're doing like timeout and all that stuff, make sure that your kid understands they put themselves in timeout. You didn't put them in timeout. They put themselves in timeout.
Yeah. Now I will say I always reference back to, hey, you brought this on you. Like, this is how this happened.
No. But you can't say you brought this on yourself if that's the thing that you say, right? You got to switch up the language, right?
Bro,
you got to be like
you did this to you.
You got to be like this. All right, man. I understand, man. I wanted you to be able to get Pokemon cards and take them to school. Sounds like a great idea. That sounds like a great Monday, right? But unfortunately, you were down here talking about fish, right? There's only but so much time left, man. Either you're going to be late, and I can't be late today. So either you coming to school dressed like a fool, or you're going to be in this car, or you're going to stop talking about fish. What you going to do? Because it's just not more time. So
I'm gonna hit him with it. I'm not gonna say tomorrow because we're gonna have a great day tomorrow.
Right.
I think we'll have a great day for the rest of the week.
Oh,
whoa, Leanne, how you doing?
Say something positive. That whining and complaining.
It gets lost on me because I can't hear through the whining.
I can't even hear it. It's like so Jeff knows this, and this will get us on another kind of random thought message. I'm not going to go there, but I have to say this. It is like grown people speaking in baby voices when I hear people that whine, like just the What is that? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I know people are like, oh, they're just toddlers. They have to whine. That's how they communicate. I've turned around to my son and be like, stop. It's over. We get it. You're hungry, even though I'm making you something to eat and you have applesauce in your hands. We get it. For the 100th time, you're hungry. You're hungry? Are you hungry? You're hungry. Oh my God, you're hungry because you have applesauce? Great. I didn't know that you were hungry.
No, Candace is working on me, man, about understanding that kids have emotions too.
Ooh.
And that's a tough. I'll probably get it. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one, man.
I'm trying to get to the Tasha level of things where you're just you're at Zen level 12, right? Where you're like this.
We should have had Tasha on to teach our master class because I ain't got. I mean, I'll say like Candace. I told you Candace is trying to get me.
Were you saying something?
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm hungry. Okay.
Can you use your words?
I'm hungry.
Use your words.
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not accepting feedback at this time.
Hey man, I'm be honest with you. Like Candace is really working on me, man, with the understanding that.
In the fridge.
Oh, I've heard Tasha tell her kids that. I've heard her say that to her kids.
See, the problem with that, Tasha, is Cooper he knows foods is in the fridge. This little boy, you'll hear his footsteps go into the refrigerator, pull out applesauce for a third time, and then run away, and then talk about he don't want to eat dinner.
No.
Like,
I got you beat. Your boy Avery, 3 years old. You know, he mac and cheese is his thing. So
right.
every couple of days, Candace will make that boy a full tray. You know, like one of those like medium Pyrex dishes. So
Right.
about that big,
Right.
right? Of mac and cheese. This boy will go to the fridge, open the fridge, and if it's on a shelf that is too high, he will go and get his stool,
Yeah.
pull the mac and cheese out,
Right.
walk it to you in the living room, and go eat.
Yeah.
Like,
now see, this is what I want. This is what I want you to think about, right?
I love that boy.
This is what you got to think about. So I've thought about this from almost like a philosophy in action type of deal, right? Because I've seen Cooper do these things before, right? Where I've been sheerly amazed at the amount of steps that he's thought through to get what he wants, right? And it's this idea of, I want it. How do I get it, right? Okay, it's in the refrigerator. How do I get in the refrigerator? Okay, I need to pull it open. Okay, no, I'm not tall enough. I need to get a stool. I get a stool. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get this. I can't open it. How do I open it? Okay, I figured out a way to open it. I got it. Okay, cool. Now I'll go back into the room. He'll go back into the room, and I'm going to turn on my favorite cartoons with the remote. Not being able to read or count numbers like that, right? He has somehow figured out a way to navigate the remote control, open the refrigerator, get a snack, and then go back into the room and play basketball and turn on YouTube and skip over ads, right?
Yep.
So this kind of thinking to me seems higher level, right? That's why I have to approach our conflict times differently, because I'm like, you're a little genius.
Hold on, real quick. Leanne want to know, do y'all have flavored applesauces at y'all house? Y'all got the one. Do y'all just have applesauce?
Yeah, it's applesauce just in a packet.
All right, hold on. But is it the flavor joint? It'd be like the blueberry, the scent. So y'all just got regular applesauce.
Cooper likes regular applesauce.
Okay, there you go. Carry on.
Saucy. But yeah, so after all that, I'm like, see, this is where you got me. I was approaching this argument like you was a little 2-year-old, like a little 2-3-year-old, right? You smart because you got my genes in you. So if you can think through all that, then you're gonna think through this you can hear some of this logic stuff and start to work this out. And maybe you don't catch everything, but we're gonna start this process of you thinking through challenges, issues, and conflict. Because this
strawberry applesauce do be, but they talking about the flavors of applesauce in the comment section. Strawberry applesauce do kind of hit though.
Yeah,
I mean, it hits along. Candace's youngest sister dips her fried chicken in applesauce. It's the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I saw her do it one time, and I was like,
"No, that's what you like." Did you just what? Like, was that a chicken? Did you take a chicken?
It's everything though, dog. It's like chicken strips. It's like, and I'm like, are you doing that because you had a barbecue sauce?
Yeah, right. Your dad is co-signing. He said,
that's what I'm saying. And my wife don't believe me. Like, bro, like I didn't grow up in the environment where we was like, hey, like I'm
but these kids are taught to question everything. They're taught to question literally everything.
Bro, I was raised in the old school, so trying to take somebody old school and make them a new school parent, like that shit is rough, dog. Cause like,
but then like, I see it on the back end though, right? Because what ends up being from the because I said so type of deal is how you get all these Trumpers, man. These Trumpers are like, Trump said it, must be true.
I'm a
news said it must be true.
I think
CNN said it must be true. I think because it's too much of that, like because I said so, and then that's how
I just think it has to grow with the kid, right? I think, and maybe this is the issue is maybe they're critically thinking earlier than we did, but like I am just a believer in that the amount of information that I give you is earned,
Right.
right? Like when you have shown, hey, okay, I hear him, I hear Dad, I understand what he's talking about. I have done things his way. Cool. Like now you're starting to earn more of the comments that come after what I say, or you've earned some back and forth time. With this thing now, I just didn't fully expect to have back and forth conversations with an 8-year-old.
Right. No, I get you. I mean, I think it's hard though because of the way they're growing up these days.
Yeah, I mean, I'll concede that point.
Because it's like if you think about it, putting them in a position where they have to earn the ability for more information to process that kind of puts them at a deficit the whole time.
Dang.
Right. Where it's like, no, I give you the information. If you can't make sense of it, it's because you're not smart yet.
I said so.
Right.
I said, like, I love the because I said so. Like that just
Well, I think you can always default.
It just hits different.
I think you could always default to that. It's like, okay, conversation done. We don't have time to debate. Because like if my son was like, why can't I run into the street? Right. I'm not about to tell you a whole argument. I'm like, get your, you know what I mean? I will snatch you up because it's a safety thing. So I think you could always default back on because I said so. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you and reading all. It's hard to listen and read all these comments.
What's she saying?
And this has been a really good discussion, and I appreciate everybody for it. We've hit like an hour and 23 minutes, so we ain't gonna hold you too much longer. Essentially, her main goal is to make sure that her kids don't have her sitting on nobody's couch.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get it, bro. I get it. Like I get it. That's just a hard transition. Like I am a I grew up in a very black and white, ain't no gray area. You did or you didn't kind of space, right?
Right.
Did you listen or did you not listen? Did you do what I asked you to or did you not? Did you do your homework or did you like I started it really wasn't a thing. Like you did or you didn't, right? And so now understanding that you have to meet kids in the middle, right? Like, bro, just do what I told you to do because I said so.
Right.
And so it's
challenging, man.
It's a challenge, bro. We should get our wives on and do this. We should do this with our wives and another couple.
We should. I'm actually interested to hear what happens if you tried this other alternative path with Zay, because I think this would be hilarious. Can you record it?
Candace would have to be the one to record it, or we have to put a camera up in the house somewhere.
I gotta see this. Candace, I gotta see this. I want to see.
I wonder if she's still watching. I hear Avery just woke up, so I don't know if she's still watching or not.
I want to see when you hit Zay with the I'm sorry, I'm not accepting feedback at this time.
I think it'll catch him off guard. I think he won't know how to process that.
And then that's when you hit him with the follow-up. Boom. So while he's processing that, you see his mind like, what did he just say?
Yeah,
you can write down your argument after you get finished, and I will review it.
I think that'll freak him. I think that'll go, okay. I think he might actually enjoy that. I don't know. Yeah. No, marriage ain't for the weak either. Both of them, marriage and kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep both of them around. I stick beside both of them. Well, all three of them, my wife and my 2 kids. I stick beside them.
Right. I'll take. They good.
They all cool people. My wife and my 2 kids, they all cool people.
Right.
Nah, man, this is
pretty good. So I want to thank all our listeners for participating in the discussion, because parenting is not for the weak.
No, it's hard, bro. It's hard. And I think every day, man, you just try to get this right because you just want to raise a decent human. And I'm like, bro, I done seen the world. Right. I'm going to let you have your lumps, right? Like my dad, I mean, that's what they did. They both, my mom and dad, they did a good job of making sure that I got my fair share of lumps.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't, but you don't need them until you don't need to go through them until you got to go through them. But I guess he want to go through them a little bit earlier.
Hey man, so we gonna do heroes and villains?
Let's do it, man. I don't really have
heroes and villains. And maybe it's
I do have a villain. I do got a villain.
You got a villain.
I hadn't had a villain in a long time, but I got one this week. I got one today.
Who's your villain?
My villain is the I don't know if y'all saw the viral video going around from South Dakota that had the teachers on the ice. They were at a hockey match, and there were like 6 or 9 teachers on the ice on like this piece of carpet, and they were all like fumbling over trying to get as many $1 bills as possible. Like it was like, hey, pick up as much cash as you can, so that you can, stock your classroom or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. It just, the video was trash, and it hurt me to see like this is what we're forcing our teachers to make a spectacle of themselves, because one, they want the money, because at the end of the day, we know that they're going to put it right back in their classrooms to better the experience for our kids. And that shit just rubbed me the wrong way watching. And it keeps, I need to go on and mute the video or so I don't see it anymore, but it's been playing over and over for about a day and a half now. Wow. And it's just like, and I mean, granted, everybody that's seen the video, everybody has the same gut reaction, right? Like, we can do better. Like, is this really what we, but at the end of the day, ain't shit gonna change, because we don't pay. One, we underfund education, and then we underfund teacher pay. And so teachers are going into their own pockets to make sure our kids have an enjoyable classroom experience. And that shit sucks. And it's trash. Like I saw the video, and my gut reaction before I knew what it was, I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, people are, it's fighting for money, right? And then when I read the caption, it was like, oh, teachers are fighting. They weren't, and nobody was fighting. It was just literally, I think it was like 9 teachers on their hands and knees in front of a stadium with people in it, a hockey rink with people in it, all picking up. You go into one of those blowy machines that blow money all around. That's exactly what it looked like. And it was just like, is this really where we are? And so this took place in South Dakota. And so, upon doing a little bit of digging, ended up finding out that like South Carolina had a $1.5 billion. Was it billion? Was it billion with the B? Hold on, let me go back. I screenshotted it. South Carolina had a $1.5 billion tax surplus last year, or in 2019. And so I think about that, and I'm like, so on one hand, here we are, a state with $1.5 billion in excess tax revenue, but we have teachers that are rolling on the floor fighting for dollars so that they can make our children's classrooms better. Like, those two things just rub me the wrong way. Yeah. Trash. No, there's one thing, and I think this hit me when I had kids, and I don't think I cared as much pre-kids, but we're going to support teachers. And, in this house, we're going to support teachers. Candace is a freaking star. She's been room mom, I think, every year that the boy's been in school. Whatever the teacher needs, like, we will figure it out and get the teacher what she needs. But yeah. We can do. So that's my villain, man. I'm sorry, I got on a like a 4-minute high horse there, but that rubbed me the wrong way today. I'll shoot you the video.
Yes, please do. Please shoot it to me, because that's a shame. I hate how our relationship with the educators in our country, right? They don't make enough. They're increasingly asked to do more with less, and it kind of feels like we're leveraging their passion for the work against low pay, which is kind of crazy to me. It's always been crazy, right? So, I do have a hero. My hero is a little bit kind of on a lighter or more fun tone. That new Matrix trailer,
man. What?
Dude, I'm about to lose it on Matrix, whatever this thing is called, Matrix Revisited, Revolution. I don't know. the Matrix damn movie looks fire, right?
Fire.
I'm like, yo, I'm definitely checking this movie out on December 22nd. And then this Friday, Spider-Man drops, man.
Have you got your tickets for Spider-Man?
Nah, man. Nah.
I ain't got mine either, so I don't think I'm gonna see him on Friday. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I need to go see it before.
I need to see it. I gotta see it. I just don't know how I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out because I know Zay's gonna want to see it too, so I'm gonna have to see it twice, unless I take him on the first shot. Which there's typically not anything in Spider-Man that he can't see. Spider-Man has been.
That's not even the Spider-Man movie that I'm most looking forward to. I mean, I am looking forward
to the new
to
Miles Morales joint comes out next year.
New Spider-Verse joint.
Yeah, that joint drops next year.
That movie looks so dope. And I'm so happy that that's the core Spider-Man that my son knows. So he actually believes that Miles Morales is the main Spider-Man. Yep. You know, I think that's one of the dopest things out there. So
yeah, I'm listening. I'm looking for that video as well so I can send it to you before I forget. But yeah, nah, man, I'm super excited. I almost committed this weekend to starting Matrix over.
Yeah.
But I was like, Matrix, you got to pay attention. And the kids was bouncing off the wall.
Yes.
So I was like, I gotta figure out a time where I can restart that. Because
I'm definitely gonna be watching it leading up to the movie though.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna watch the movie as soon as it drops on HBO Max and then go watch it in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, my dad said, have we started going to see movies in theaters yet? I have not seen a movie in theaters in COVID land.
I have. I've seen two. I've been to movies like twice or three times actually.
But I don't think it's because of COVID. I don't think that there was just a movie that drew me to the theater that I had to see. Right. Like I saw Shang-Chi, but that dropped on Disney Plus pretty quick. Right.
Right.
And the Eternals is supposed to come out on Disney Plus in January.
Oh, is that?
I think. So I think Spider-Man and Matrix might be the first movies that I see in theater, and it also helps that Xavier's fully vaccinated as well. So Zay got his second shot this past weekend. Oh, that's what we did. Zay got his second shot on Saturday. So now that he's fully vaccinated, I think that probably opens the door,
right,
for me mentally to start going to the movies again. Right. And I'll still rock a mask. I mean, I'm not living like that. I'll rock a mask in the theater.
So I've been to the theater, but I've been mostly at odd hours where not going to be a lot of people there. So I try and go to the movies when I think I'll be like one of five. Mm-hmm. So I can get the space that I want. I do reserved seating, so I try and do as much as possible to kind of guard my own space as much as possible. So
yeah, I don't think I would go like with Spider-Man. That's like Friday opening night. I can't see myself going to sit in a jam-packed shoulder to shoulder theater. Like that's not a zhuzh. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But I would go like Sunday.
I will wait till Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I would take it. I would do a half day at work and go in the morning. Or I think like there's a movie theater by us that does. I think that they open up at like 11,
right,
on the weekend,
right.
And it's like it's not the one that's attached to a mall,
right.
It's not the one that's IMAX, right. So I would go do that,
right.
But I'm not gonna go sit shoulder to shoulder with people.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I used to love going to the movies with the joints where they bring you food and stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't know about that one either. Like it's more like let me get my Raisinets. And
packaged food and drinks.
Yep.
I don't know y'all like that. Stay about my cup. Right.
So
yeah, man.
But no, Matrix and Spider-Man. I am excited about those.
I cannot wait till the Matrix joint drops.
So
yeah, man.
Hey, good show, bro.
Yeah, man. Good show. Good show.
Great. Is our next show the Christmas show?
Next show has to be the Christmas show.
Wow. Yeah, Christmas show.
Christmas is fast approaching.
Yeah, man. Let's go. All right, cool. We in there. Oh, yeah, you finished Christmas? You finished Christmas shopping yet?
Nope. I'm nowhere near finished, man.
Hey, all right. Is anybody in the comment section? Are y'all finished? We got a couple people still watching with us. Have y'all
Man,
finished?
supply chain.
Chris?
Did you know supply chain with my check to get these Christmas gifts? Right? The supply chain is broken, is what they saying.
Hey man, that shit ain't gonna rise. Santa better be there on the 25th.
Santa got elf production problems. Somebody is prepping their kid for that right now. Somebody's like, well, unemployment is pretty high because the elves quit. So I don't know if Santa gonna get you this year.
No, I think we got Santa done came through for the boys, and okay. And I still need to take care of Candace, and so right. I'll get that done.
Right. Yeah. I'm probably gonna put more focus to that as this week kind of rounds out.
So. Yeah. You mean on the 15th?
On the 15th.
Oh, hold on. 15th is payday for everybody who get paid twice a month.
Oh no, I'm state university system. We get paid once a month.
Once a month.
So yeah. No, I'll just be more focused into it.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna get. I just have to get up and go do it.
I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey man.
Great episode.
Episode 54.
54 in the bag.
In the books. Did I do this? 5-4? There we go.
5-4.
54 in the books, y'all. Hey, man, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Hey, if you haven't, like our YouTube page. I started streaming last week on Facebook and YouTube. And then eventually, maybe over Christmas break, if I take a few days off, I'm going to go back and upload all the old episodes on our YouTube channel, too. So take a second, man. If you hadn't done it, go like our Instagram, go like us on all social medias, Instagram, YouTube, all the places.
Yeah, man, hit us up. This was a great episode, man. Thanks for joining us, viewers. Thanks for participating. Yeah, man. We love y'all. Have a great week.
Happy holidays.
You next week for the Christmas episode.
I'm
out. Peace out.
Peace.
you